Hello, hello, Amira Alvarez here, founder and CEO of The Unstoppable Woman. Okay, so today I have a personal story for you, and it's actually a happy story, even though the interim bit was a little bit shocking. So here's the happy bit. No more guilt and shame about my weight. How is that possible? How many of you grew up having guilt and shame about how you looked, and thus your weight, and thus what you ate, and it made you crazy, and there was all sorts of inside noise about up and down and blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, if this wasn't you, you can just turn off the video and go to something else, because this was how I grew up, and it's how I know a lot of women interact inside their heads with their own weight and their eating and all of that stuff. So if you've been following me for any period of time, you may know that I recently lost 30 pounds. I am 5 feet tall. Losing 30 pounds is like losing 25% of my body weight. I'm making up that number because I actually haven't done the math on that, but it's a huge, significant portion. And over Thanksgiving, I had a blast. I had a great time. And what did I do? I ate and I drank and I ate and I drank and I ate and I drank. And I worked out once over 9 days. And I came back from my fabulous trip away. And the next morning, actually it was 2 mornings because the batteries were out on my scale. But once I got that handled, I got on the scale and I found that I had gained 6 pounds in 9 days, which is a significant amount for someone my height. And when I was in a sort of more structured, focused way of losing weight, that would have taken me at least 3 weeks to lose, right? It was significant. That was a significant amount of weight. So here's the thing that I really want to share with you. I laughed. I didn't laugh at myself. I laughed at this experience. Like, how could this happen? This is crazy. Oh, well, I know how this happened, and I just outlined that for you. But the breakthrough, and this is the work that I do with people that is so freaking fundamental. There was no guilt and shame. I didn't go down any rabbit hole of you don't have your shit together, you're a fraud, you're a bad human being, look what you did, you have no willpower, you're not committed, you're out of integrity with yourself. All this stuff that can go on in our heads as women, and I think as men as well. I think it's a human condition. None of that occurred. It was like, look at this is crazy. Okay, I had a great lesson and I'm never doing that again. Like, that is unacceptable. That's unacceptable for me. I can have a great time. I can moderate and engage in fun eating and drinking, but I love to work out. Why did I drop the ball on that? Oh, that's so interesting, isn't it? Great lesson there. Look at that. And I learned it. And I learned it like this. Like, there was no gap in between the recognition of the experience, like the result that happened. It couldn't deny the result. And my response of like, oh my God, I love myself so much that is never going to happen again. I'm so committed. I'm so aware. And without any berating of myself. In fact, the reason I'm doing this Facebook Live on this was because the day I realized this, I was talking to someone on my team, and she was like, oh my God, you have to tell people about this, because that is such a big thing for women, is that we start going down this rabbit hole. And then you know what happens? It's a week of beating yourself up, and then you eat more, or you feel bad, or you don't work out, or you don't go back in the groove. So guilt and shame are a huge, huge, huge block to being unstoppable. They create this time gap where it takes you so much more effort and momentum to get back in the groove. So what did I do? I started doing what I know to do, which is to eat cleanly. And I went on my runs again, and I had my workout with my personal trainer. And my arms are shaking this morning because he worked me so hard. I didn't realize he was going to work me that hard, but like I'm lifting a glass and I'm like, okay, like it's crazy. And I'm back at it with no time, with the gap being no time. And maybe part of that was water weight. I'm going to give that a possibility, but really it was a carb-tastic 9 days. But the weight is going away and we're on it again. So what do you take from this? What is the takeaway from this? You need to figure out, you need to recognize, let's start there. You need to identify when your reaction is based on feeling bad about something that you have done and telling yourself you are wrong, that's shame, or you've done something wrong, that's guilt, okay? And feeling bad about it. Now, there's a difference. Because I was aware that what I did was not giving me the results I wanted, that is a recognition, but that is not guilt, okay? That's not saying, 1,000 lashes for doing that. It's just saying, get right back at it. You know exactly what to do. And until you learn how to work with your thinking, our tendency is to go into that guilt and shame place. So what I have for you today is just watch that. Watch that reaction. Watch when you're saying that you've done something wrong. Does it actually really get you back into motivation? Or does it just make you feel bad for a while? Usually the pattern is it just makes you feel bad for a while, okay? And you think that that's helping. I know that used to be me. You think that that's helping, but it's not actually helping. It's not getting you like energized and in it again. So think about this with your business as well. You can think about this with your business, your relationships, your whole life, okay? This was an example from, health, body image, self-esteem around weight stuff, but it's applicable to everything, particularly those of you who are listening who are running their own business. You're gonna make mistakes all the time. You're gonna get results that you don't like all the time. That's part of growth, okay? Now, of course, we wanna mitigate against that, obviously. I'm not like wanting that for anyone, but what happens? What's your response gonna be? Because you can change that response, but it takes unpacking the things that cause you to go into guilt and shame. And that's one of the things I love, love, love to help women with. So, hey, if you want to jump on a plane or jump in a car and come to the Unstoppable Woman Summit, it is happening this coming week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in San Diego, and we are going to be diving in deep into these kinds of concepts, all the double binds that we have around what's possible for ourselves, what we want, but what we believe underneath is the truth that keep us so stuck. And we're going to look at how we create denial and stop ourselves from moving forward, including this issue of guilt and shame, and really opening that up and helping you become truly unstoppable and go for more in your life and business. So if you're interested, ping me in a private message and I will connect you with my event coordinator and get you all set up. Okay, have an awesome day. Take care. Bye.